One of the most valuable classes at Frisco High School is AP Human Geography. Not only is it a great way to prepare for future AP Social Studies classes, AP Human also deals with topics and events that are happening now.
Well, I really think the kids get the most out of discussing things that are going on in the world today. So like when we talk about the current election, or when we talk about foods that we're eating, the GMO debate, when we're talking about even things like city planning, where to put the next school, where is Frisco going to build the next high school based on its demography. I think they really like the class because it discusses things that are going on in their neighborhood, and when they see things, it's not this abstract idea, it's not this abstract history. It's contemporary issues that they can talk about with their parents at the dinner table.
AP Human is a great getting started AP class. Your sophomore year, if you're not in humanities, you'll take AP World, and that's a doozy. That's a really hard class. AP Human, it felt really hard at first, but once I got into sophomore year and I realized what AP World actually entailed, I realized how well prepared I was compared to my peers who hadn't taken AP Human freshman year.
We did a development unit, and it really shows you kind of what's outside your little bubble of Frisco. So even if you've lived here your whole life, what we do in AP Human teaches you about what you can't always see. And I learned so much about what's out there and how I can help and what I can do. And it really is a life-changing class.
I come from a multicultural family, so I like that we touch bases on things that have to do with me and not just things that have to do with the other people in the class, that things apply to me as well.
AP Human prepares students for classes beyond high school.
Some of the benefits of taking AP Human Geography was it really helped me manage my time and learn how to prepare for a final exam. Most high school classes don't have final exams except for the APs, so while my April and May of freshman year was incredibly stressful, it has helped me study for my SATs, for my AP World exam, and also the other exams that I'm taking this year. AP Human really helps you get into your high school study habits while also developing study skills that will prepare you for college.
Students have found effective ways to balance AP Human with other challenging classes and extracurricular activities.
Well, I think the best way to balance GT and AP Human is you really just have to manage your time, because you get reading in one class and you get reading in another class. So you need to make sure you're trying not to do things like at the last minute. You need to start it early so that you can get it all done.
I'm a junior this year, and when I was a freshman, AP Human felt like a challenge, but looking back on it, there wasn't as much reading as I really thought it was, and I think there's a big misconception about how much work there really is. And the transition from middle school to freshman year, AP Human really helped me get my study habits in order, so that when I took AP classes later and I studied for my SATs, I was able to better prepare myself, and I was an overall better student, and it really influenced me in what I wanted to do with my career. So I highly recommend that you take it.
I think balancing GT Humanities and AP Human is more about managing your time, but GT and AP Human are very similar courses in the fact that AP Human has taught me some very crucial studying tips that have helped me get through both, and as well as being an athlete. And I think being an athlete requires you to manage your time more than otherwise. And as long as you can get your work done early and you don't wait, the fact that you have 2 days to do every assignment can be very inviting to procrastinate. But as long as you get it done the first day, and that leaves you time for anything you need to do, whether it be, work out or study or, read for each class.
I think AP Human is really manageable with sports as long as you're willing to manage it. So you just have to find time in between all the things that you're doing, just to dedicate time to doing what you have to do.
I separate my work between my A days and B days. I do some part of the assignment on A days and some part of it on B days and have it finished by the next A day. Well, I try not to procrastinate. I try to be responsible and disciplined and do the work.
AP Human is not just a lecture class. Students are constantly learning and challenged to think.
Well, we do a lot of hands-on activities, whether it's playing with Play-Doh to build city models, or playing with Legos to build population pyramids. I really try to incorporate a lot of fun, hands-on activities because I really think that helps students learn. Whenever they have that kinetic energy that they're putting into learning, the retention goes up.
What I enjoy most about AP Human is the fact that it just teaches you such a different, just different side of the world, and it's a side that most teachers and most curriculums don't touch base on, and it really gives you a new perspective of the world around you, and it changes the way you think about life and interacting with the world, and it really teaches you how humans actually do have an impact, and we have an impact on everything around us. We have an impact on migration and on the environment and just on the way the world works.
One thing that stands out to me is that I thought that majority of the world was Christian, and so now I know that it's just because where I live, there's more people that are Christian. It doesn't mean everyone is.
I really hope that students kind of learn about the concept of being a global citizen, how we are not just in the city of Frisco or in the state of Texas and in the United States, but that we have kind of a duty to know what's going on in the world around us. Also, one of the things I hope is that they take away from this class the ability to be a critical thinker. They are consumers of knowledge, and we are being bombarded every which way with different types of media and knowledge and news stories, and helping to dissect and figure out what is a legitimate news source and what's not, and then how to use that new information they've gained to help make decisions about the world around them.